Yeah. This meeting is being recorded. Got it.
Hello, today I have the lovely Stuart James with me. Hello, Stuart. Would you like to introduce yourself and remind us about yourself?
Hello, my lovely Donna. How are you? It's great to be here. I'm Stuart James, and I'm a psychological thriller and horror author. And my books include The House on Rectory Lane, Turn the Other Way, Apartment 6, Stranded, and soon to be released Selfie.
Yes, indeed, which is out tomorrow?
It's out this Thursday.
Thursday.
12th.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
It's on pre-order now. Yeah. It's weird. I seem to be missing a day as well. Like, we was at a wedding on Sunday and we came back because it's unusual to have a wedding on a Sunday, but a very good friend of ours got married down in Eastbourne. And it was beautiful. No, it was Swindon. It was near Eastbourne, Swindon. And we came back kind of Monday morning. And it's like a day's missing. It's so weird, but it's Tuesday today, isn't it? It's Tuesday, and then Wednesday's tomorrow, and Thursday's the next day.
Don't ask me, man. I haven't got a clue. They will blend. Could be Thursday, could be Monday.
Yeah, but it's out this Thursday, and it's on pre-order now on Amazon.
So tell us a little bit about it without ruining it.
Okay, so Selfie is actually an idea that was derived from my daughter. And my daughter is my soulmate. She goes everywhere with me. Obviously Tara is as well, and Ollie, my son. But my daughter, she loves to go on car rides. So we go driving a lot and through the country roads and that. And she has a game that she plays. She actually plays this game with her friends. It's called Selfie. And we could be on the motorway, or we could be like stuck in traffic or anything, or at the traffic lights, and she'll take a selfie, and as we're passing other vehicles, the vehicle driver sometimes will look and she'll hold the phone in front of her face and she'll take a selfie with her on the screen and the driver in the background. And some of them will be blurry, some of them will be like clear, and then they'll send them to their friends. And we go ghost hunting a lot. I bring them out, Ava and her friends, like we go ghost hunting probably every couple of weekends, I love it. And we normally film it on TikTok. And anyway, I thought, you know what? I'm going to derive a story from what my daughter does. So I derived a story called Selfie. I thought, right, let's work around that. And I always think, what if? It's always got to be the shock factor. Whenever I get an idea, it's always what if. They're my two big words. And anyway, we're driving along. I was thinking, like, when Ava plays the game, and I thought, well, what if there's a father and he's driving along the motorway, and the daughter's in the car, kind of the same age. Matt is more or less the same age as me, and the daughter Lucy, she's kind of the same age as Ava, 15. So anyway, I thought, well, what would happen if she's taking selfies, but she takes something that she shouldn't have taken or they shouldn't have seen? Anyway, she does, and they pull into a petrol station. It all starts, this is all at the beginning, and she's like, Dad, look at these pictures, and he's kind of busy picking up food in the service station on the motorway. And he grabs sandwiches and he grabs crisps and drinks and all that, goes to the front, pays for it all. And she's, Dad, come on, you've got to see, look at these pictures, they're great. So anyway, he turns around and he's having a look. He's like, Lucy, these are all pictures of you. It's just you in the pictures. Don't you get bored, like taking selfies with just you in them? And she's explaining the game. I take drivers as you pass them. Anyway, he's looking at the pictures and he's like, oh, what the hell? And he sees one in particular and he zooms in and he sees something terrifying in Lucy's selfie in one of the other cars. So anyway, he's like, oh my God. He's like, what? And as they're coming out of the petrol station, the car that Lucy took the selfie of has actually pulled into the service station. And he's like, quick, Lucy, get into the car. And as they're driving off, he looks in the rearview mirror and he sees the car after them. So it kind of all just derives from that. My good friend Catherine Norfield actually has just read it and done a review, and I thought it was amazing. She said it's a cross between Hostel and the Cecil Hotel. And I thought that was I love that. Cross between hostel and the Cecil Hotel. So, yeah. So, and obviously, I've got a lot more characters involved because I wanted the story to go in different directions, and I wanted there to be a lot of twists. And you know, anyone that's read my books, there's always a lot of characters. There's always a lot of stories going on, and yeah, I wanted to take it to I wanted to take the story to Brighton because I love Brighton, and I wanted a real creepy factor in the story. Like my stories always have something creepy. Like Turn the Other Way, there was the slaughterhouse in the middle of the woods. The house on Rectory Lane, there was obviously the creepy house in the country. Apartment 6, there was the creepy flat that they broke into. Stranded, it was the creepy coach, you know, stuck in the middle of nowhere. I always like the creepy element, so I thought I'm going to use this old hotel with a lot of history, steeped in history, and a lot of stuff that's gone on there, and you know, sinister characters and everything. So yeah, so I devised the Blair Hotel, and yeah, I'm very proud of it. I must say, I'm very, very proud of it. Very, very proud of the story. And I remember when I thought of the twist. Obviously, I won't say anything, but I remember when I thought of the twist. It took me a couple of days, and I thought, how can I finish this? How can I? Because I always like people's jaws to drop, and as soon as their jaws drop, I want to finish the story, because if I carry on after the twist for another few pages, people will forget the twist and they'll remember, you know, what happened at the very, very end. But if I always like to finish on the twist, because people are just like, whoa, what? Oh my God. And bang, it's done. That's the end of it, you know? So it took me a couple of days to devise the twist. And I remember sitting in the car and we were going to pick up like a sofa, because we've done our outside office into a bar. And we've got it's great. We've got drinks out there now and tables and stools, and it's all decorated like a proper pub. And I remember going to pick up a sofa that my wife bought from somebody locally, and I was in the car and the twist came to me, and I was so giddy in the car. I was like, "Oh my God, I've got it! Oh my God!" And Tara was like, "What? I'm like, "I've got the twist! Oh my God!" I said, "Can I get away with that? Is that possible?" And she's like, "Oh, for God's sake, Stuart." I said, no, I've got it. And I just remember being so excited. I was like, "Oh wow, this could really work." And I think it does. I think it does work. So yeah. Obviously, we won't say anything, Donna darling.
No. All I will say is that I've read it, and as you know, I was completely blown away by it. It was awesome, and I never expected it to go where it did anyway. So, and you say about your relationship with your daughter, and that really, really obviously came through in the book as well, how close father and daughter were, which was really, really lovely. Like, you don't read that very often in fiction, and it was so obvious. So I loved that as well, because I know how close you are to your daughter anyway. So when I was reading it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, my daughter is my angel. She's my absolute angel. But yeah, I kind of, it is kind of based on me and my daughter, the story Matt and Lucy. It is, yeah, I'll admit that. I think it is, like, while I was writing it, it was just the way me and my daughter go on with each other all the time. When he's blowing raspberries at her in the rear view mirror when they're driving, and he's winding her up, and she's like, "Dad, will you stop?" And he gets the last word and keeps trying to get the last word, and just always sort of the mum's telling Lucy off, and he's going in the back. That is completely me and Ava. It's crazy.
Has she read
it? She hasn't read it. No, she will do. Yeah, she will do. The last, I remember she actually read The House on Rectory Lane. She's 15. She read The House on Rectory Lane when she was 11 or 12. And I remember she was glued to it, you know what I mean? Which I was so proud of. But she came running into the bedroom one night and she was like, "Oh my God." And I said, "What's up, darling?" And she jumped in the middle of our bed and fell asleep. Following morning, I said, "What was wrong with you last night?" She said, "Oh, the bit where Kate goes down to get a glass of water and then she sees the face at the window." And I was like, "Oh God, yeah." So that's kind of the last time she's read one of my books. So obviously she's 15 now, so she'd be fine with it. But yeah, no, she will definitely read it. Yeah, it's just like she's so busy with like revising and all that kind of thing at the moment, and working and stuff. But she will definitely read it. She's very proud of her daddy, as I am of her and Tara and my son Ollie, who's a legend. He's in Luton actually at the moment, my son.
Oh, really?
He's up in Luton. Near you, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I was
he's up with a friend.
cool. Hopefully in the nicer parts.
Yeah.
I was not very nice about Luton when I spoke to Hobeck because it's a dump.
Oh, were you not?
It's a horrible place.
Are you just outside Luton? You're Dunstable, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dunstable is lovely. It's nice. We used to go to, years ago, we used to go to Ritzy's in Dunstable. Is that still there, Ritzy's?
It's called After Dark or something now, because I went to it when it was Jumping Jacks, and then it changed to something else. But yeah, that's where I spent my young teenage years as well, going clubbing. I don't even know if it's a nightclub now. It's all painted black and stuff. It's weird, but yeah, it's still there in a quadrant.
Yeah. Yeah, we because I originally used to live in northwest London, like Neasden, Dollars Hill, and we used to get a coach up the last Friday of every month, a minibus, like sort of 10 or 12 of us, and we used to go up to Ritzy's in Dunstable. Oh my God, it used to be like, it was amazing. We was all like sort of 18, 19, and it was just the best night out ever. It was just such a party place, Ritzy's. It was amazing, and my sister used to come with me, Lord of mercy on her. She used to come with us, and my friends. We all used to get a minibus together, and it used to be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it's a shame the clubs. There's just a few and far between now. There's not that many left, and they're talking about shutting down more. And I couldn't believe it actually. I read why nightclubs are sort of closing down now, and there's not as many of them, is because of all these bloody dating sites and social media and all that kind of thing. Yeah, Peter Stringfellow, he was doing an interview a while back, and he was saying that his club is going to probably close down, and loads of other big clubs and stuff, and it's all because of like people are meeting each other now on social media and dating sites and that, and they choose, your first date. You're not going to go out to a nightclub. You normally go to the cinema or go for a meal or something, or a drink, and it's really put the dampers on nightclubs.
Oh. But nightclubs are a terrible place to go for a date or to meet people. They're just the worst possible place where everyone's drunk and it's really loud and just.
You're showing your age, Donna. What the hell?
Oh, I know. I don't think I could tolerate a nightclub now. There'd all be children and it would be too loud.
Yeah. We're lucky we have a lovely little pub just around the corner from us, the Three Compasses in Aldenham, and it's like one of my stories. It's a little pub in the middle of the woods, and it's just beautiful, and it's all families there and all that. But I couldn't go to a nightclub now for all the money in the world. Honestly, I couldn't think of anything worse. Just it's, you know what I mean. Been there, done that. Even like somebody said to me, go on an 1830s holiday. Club 1830s for a week and a booze cruise and all that. If somebody gave me £500,000 and said, go on a Club 1830 holiday for 1 week, booze cruises and all that, you're drinking around the clock, I couldn't do it for 500 grand. No way. I just like my sofa. I like my box sets. I like reading. I like my writing. I really got into Love Island, actually. Oh my God, what the hell, Donna?
I can't talk to you. I can't even.
You're missing out, though. You're missing out.
I refuse to kill my brain cells with that nonsense. I will never, ever watch that, ever.
Oh, well, we weren't watching it, and my son about 3 weeks ago said, "Oh, come on, can we watch it? It's a really good one tonight." And me and Tara were like, "No, we're not watching Love Island. No." And we started watching it, and then we're glued to it. And once you watch one, that's it. You're just reeled in. And now we missed it at the wedding Sunday night, so we recorded it and we watched 2 in a row last night. It's like, what the hell? Do you know what I love? Creek.
Who, what?
Schitt's Creek. Have you seen that?
Oh, I keep hearing about that, but I haven't seen it. I read. I don't have time to watch TV. This is my
Is that your
excuse.
favourite thing? Do you prefer reading than watching telly?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I have the TV
Really?
on. Yeah, because I'm on my own. I have the TV on for noise, but I very rarely watch anything. The last thing I sat and watched properly was Line of Duty, and
Oh,
and Sex Life up to a certain point, because everyone kept telling me to. But apart from that, I don't. I read.
yeah. That's supposed to be brilliant, that show, Sex Life, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was just told to watch episode 3 to 20 minutes in, which I did.
I've seen that. I've seen that on social media.
Yeah. Holy crap.
The geezer in the shower. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that on social media. Loads of people were like, "Oh my god, have you seen Sex Life? Have you seen Sex Life?" It's like, what the hell, man? But Schitt's Creek, you should give that a go. It is absolutely Schitt's Creek. Honestly, Donna, we watched the first episode and we were like, okay, but you just get to love the characters. And you honestly, when me and Tara were watching it, I had to stop because there was only 6 series. I had to stop at series 3 for about a month or two because I didn't want to swallow it all up in like 6 series, like, in a few weeks, and that's it. So now we came back to it about a month later, and now there's 1 series left, and I just can't go back and watch it because it will be over and I'll be heartbroken. It is, honestly, it is absolutely fantastic. It is so funny, and they're all in this town. They were billionaires, and they were literally through tax evasion or whatever, or tax dodging, they were thrown out of their huge house. And they recall that they bought, they had so much money, it was ridiculous, but they recall that they bought this whole town called Schitt's Creek. So they thought, right, well, we'll go there and live there. And it's just got a couple of shops and a little bar and all that. But all the characters that they meet that live in this town, it is just hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. And the woman from the mum from Home Alone, she's one of the main
Oh, wow.
stars in it.
Oh,
Yeah, Kevin. You know her. Yeah, she's one of the main. She's brilliant in it. Moira. Yeah, Moira and John, and then there's the son and daughter. But honestly, it's fantastic. What was that? I watched that other one as well with Michael Douglas, the Something Effect. The Kaplinski method, I think it's called. That is amazing.
okay.
That is amazing. Yeah, it's Kathleen Turner's in it and Michael Douglas and all that. And yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we'll try. But crazy blog lady keeps me busy. So
Who's Crazy Blog Lady?
Zoe.
Oh, Zoe.
She knows
Big
I
shout
call
out
her
to
it.
Zoe.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Zoe O'Farrell. Legend, man.
she is.
Zoe
She's
O'Farrell.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she gets to be interviewed by me as well now. She
Oh,
actually asked
fantastic.
as well. She asked to be interviewed. I'm like, yes.
Oh, Zoe book's coming out in 3 weeks, isn't it? Ouija.
Yeah, 30th of August. I forgot what month we're in then. Yeah, bank holiday.
Yeah.
So everyone should go pre-order it because it's awesome.
Absolutely. I've got to get around to reading it. It's just, I'm just so busy at the moment. I'm trying. I've just uploaded all my books, so I've got them all back now. And I've been all last week. I was working around the clock. I was uploading The House on Rectory Lane. Now I'm working on Stranded. I'm just getting ready to put that out, hopefully tomorrow evening, and then Apartment 6, so I can have all my babies out together. Yeah, so yeah, Zoe's. I remember Zoe, like, obviously when we used to do the podcast, and we used to have so many conversations because she really believes in the paranormal and ghosts and all that kind of thing. And so, speaking of the topic Ouija boards, have you ever done one?
No, I don't think so. I'm too chicken, I think.
Do you know what? As you know, I'm fanatical about ghosts and horror and paranormal and all that kind of thing. But the Ouija board is one thing I would never ever do. Never. Yeah. I've heard so many frightening stories.
Exactly. It's just messing with stuff that you shouldn't be messing with, in my opinion.
Yeah. But they reckon that it is a portal to call demons and all that. You know, and you need to be able to open it properly, shut it properly, say goodbye. But on TikTok, I'm on TikTok, and there's this woman, I think that she's called Mad Paranormal, and she does seances at night and all that. But she does the Ouija board sometimes live on TikTok, and it's like you watch, but you think, oh my God, you know, what if something comes through TikTok to me? It's like, I kind of flick past it. I can't watch it. I've heard so many scary stories about it. You just think, nah, no way, no way. I couldn't do it. No chance, mate.
No, me either. So
It's
are you changing all your covers for your books that you've got back?
no. So I have literally I'm using the old covers. So I struck up a deal with my old publisher that I could buy my covers, because it's just a little bit too. I do love the covers. I love the cover of House on Rectory Lane. I love the cover of Stranded. I love the cover of Apartment 6. And it's just, people know my books from them covers. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought, well, I'll ring my old publisher and maybe we can come up with like a deal. And yeah, so they sold me the covers, the rights to the covers, which is brilliant.
Awesome.
I do love the cover of Selfie. I love that.
Yeah.
That was done by a guy called Jerry Todd, and he does all the covers for Jeffrey Deaver. You know Jeffrey Deaver?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also he does all the covers for James Patterson. So I had a chat with him, and he said, yeah, let's do something. And I kind of gave him the idea. I initially wanted Ava on the front of the cover, but she was like a bit sort of like, oh no, I can't. And then I thought, well, do you know what? What I'll do then is I'll have a phone elevated, and I'll have the image of something as a selfie. And yeah, he just designed it then from the idea that I wanted, and I'm blown away by it. I mean, I love it. I love the cover. Yeah, yeah, absolutely love it. But he was great. He's a great guy to work with, and he's also going to be working on Creeper as well. So Creeper, I'm going to have like an old kind of derelict farmhouse in the woods, with somebody sort of a shadow standing opposite it watching it, because that basically is what Creeper's going to be about.
Awesome. And when's that coming?
That I'm hoping that's coming in November. I've got about another 15,000 words to write on that. Then I'm going to get it beta read by 2 or 3 people I use, and then I am going to get it published. I've got edited. I've got an editor who works with John Mars and Riley Saga.
Oh.
You know Riley Saga? Yeah. So she's working on. Yeah, he's brilliant. John Mars, obviously, as you know, is a legend. Riley Saga is brilliant. So the editor is going to work on Creeper, and then obviously I need to get it proofread and then hopefully get it out in November. But that's a proper scare fest. That is a real creepy story. I'm really proud of that one. That's basically, it starts off with a husband and wife documentary team, and they are up at this place in Oxford, this old asylum for the criminally insane. And I wanted to start the first chapter, make it a long chapter, but just have dialogue, nothing else. No explaining what's happening, what's going on, where they are. I just wanted dialogue between the husband and wife. So when they're actually filming it and you're reading the story, you're kind of more involved, if that makes sense. I wanted like kind of to put the reader in the middle of the story of the scene, kind of instantly from the word go. And they're investigating. They're doing a documentary, and you see them going round, and it's pitch black, and they've got the camera light on, and they set it all up, and they're looking around, and they're describing what they're seeing, and they walk further into the derelict asylum, and then they start telling the story to the camera of a guy called Mark Whelan, who back in the 1960s was lying still in his cell at the very end of the building, and this nurse was named Nurse Riley or something. Anyway, she came over and saw him lying in the cell, and said, "Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay?" And she's like trying to shake him in the cell, and then she opens the door. Nurse Eastwood, her name is, and as she opens the door, he leaps up and literally bites a chunk out of her face and kills her. And then he gets out and he opens up all the other cells and kills all the other 6 inmates and escapes into the night. And that's how it starts off. So this story of Mark Whelan, and based back in the 60s, like a true story in the book of what happened. So as they leave, they're really creeped out. And as they leave, they see this car parked in the car park, and it's sort of kind of flashing the lights at them. And the car comes over, and the bloke's going, "There's somebody at your wife's car. There's somebody at your wife's car. You've got to run quickly." So the guy runs over. The wife is just getting into the car. And then you turn around and he's like, "There's no one in my wife's car. Are you okay, hon?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. What are you on about?" They turn around and he's got a bat and he gets out of the truck, and they manage to just escape. And they don't know whether that was Mark Whelan or not. So, but then there's, they move into this derelict farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, and they start investigating a story of an urban legend called Creeper. And apparently he 20 years ago used to stand outside residents' houses in this place called Painswick in the Cotswolds, and he used to watch them. And he used to get into their houses and get into the bedrooms and lie under their beds and watch them like from outside, and also responsible for 8 or 9 missing women over a 20-year period. And they say, right, let's delve into this urban mystery, this creeper, this urban legend. And as they delve into the mystery and the legend of Creeper, they realise that he could be very, very real. And so it just kind of, it's a proper scare fest, man. There's like so much going on. And then there's a guy called Billy Huxton, who's a private investigator, and he's actually one of my favourite characters I've ever written in a book. He's a real grumpy bugger. He's just lost his wife a couple of years ago, and he's a real grumpy git. And anyone that comes over, "You okay, Mr. Huxley?" He's like telling them to sod off and this and that. But there's another guy called Declan, and he's a real flamboyant character. He's actually the local entertainer in the home where Billy is, and he's like, they love him. Declan, he's like, he'll be like, "Right, come on then, let's have a game of bingo, but who fancies rugby?" And he's talking to all the old age pensioners, and then he's like, "Right, okay, we've got to," like he'll say, "On its own," like when he's doing bingo, "On its own, all of you," hey! He's like sort of like just taking a piss all the time. But they love him, do you know what I mean? And then he's like, he's like, one of Gladys will come up and, "Okay, Gladys, you've got that number. Well done, you've won another 2 weeks at the residential home." And, "Oh, you are funny, Declan." And he's just a real nutter. But anyway, he's full of like one-liners and just a real joker, and always there. But anyway, and he's always taking the piss out of Billy. And Billy's, the more he takes a piss, the more grumpier Billy Huxton gets. And Billy Huxton is like sort of 60 odd. Declan is he's just a lunatic. He takes nothing seriously. And anyway, we find out that Billy realizes, and Billy Huxton, while he's in the home, in the old age people's home, he finds out that there's a new woman gone missing in Painswick, like now, and they realise that Creeper might be back. And Billy Huxton, the private investigator, he swore he'd never work again because he lost his wife a few years ago and he couldn't get over it, and they worked together as a team. He decides to go looking for Creeper, and Declan joins him. So they go on the hunt for Creeper and go down to the old farmhouse, and they're all together. And it's like I'm loving writing it. Absolutely loving writing it. Yeah, so hopefully that's going to hit Amazon around November.
Awesome. Well,
but there's a lot of Thank you, darling. There's a lot of very tense, I've written some really scary scenes, like some proper scary scenes that happened to them in the farmhouse, and but there's a lot of laughs in it as well. So it's kind of a mixture of both. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. You know.
Awesome.
So that's it, really. Yeah, and I'm probably going to make that a series, Donna. I'm thinking because I think Billy and Declan are my two favourite characters that I've ever written. It's really weird. I don't know what it is, but when I was sitting down, like writing Declan's speech and the way Declan like jigacks and pisses around, and he's a real, as they say in Ireland, he's a real Egypt. Do you know what I mean? But I sat down writing the scenes, and I was actually laughing to my head off in the kitchen. I was like, what? You know what I mean? I think it's just going to be like a lot of fun with Declan and Billy, but a proper scare fest. I mean, this is probably one of the scariest books I've ever written. So yeah,
can't wait. If it beats a house on Rectory Lane, then you're doing something right.
Thank you, darling.
That's my
and
my
I must say
guidelines.
thank you for having, that's your guideline. I must say thank you for having me on here as well. It's always an honour, and you know you're a very very close friend of mine. You've always got my back, and it's a pleasure that you asked me to come on here for a chat. You know what I mean?
Anytime.
It's lovely.
So just before you go, because I know you have to shoot off, would you like to just remind everyone where they can buy your book?
Oh, thank you. Out on Thursday, and you can pre-order it now on Amazon for 99p. So yeah, and then Creeper, watch this space. Hopefully Creeper will be coming out in November. And of course you're going to get an arc for it, of course.
Good. So I won't have to ask this time, yeah.
Yeah, you never have to ask. Never have
it's
to
fine.
ask.
I just nudge you to remind you, that's all.
Of course.
Well, brilliant. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much for having me on, darling.
You're always welcome.
Thank you for being you, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, likewise.
All right. I'll speak to you soon, yeah?
You will.
God bless, darling.